Alright, let's talk about one of the spiciest vehicles in War Thunder, the 2S38. You know it, you've seen it, you've probably been clapped by it. This thing has been called everything. Overpowered, unfair, broken, but now, after Gaijin added internal modules and nerfed it, the 2S38 isn't exactly the monster it used to be. But here's the thing, even nerfed, this little beast can still ruin your day if you're not careful. So let's talk about why the 2S38 is still one of the most controversial vehicles in War Thunder. The 2S38, aka Derivatsiya, is technically a Russian SPAAG, which means, in theory, it should just be shooting down planes. But this is War Thunder, so now you're not just an AA platform, you're a light tank hunter, a helicopter bully, and sometimes even a menace to MBTs if you catch them off guard. It's like Gaijin couldn't decide whether to make it a proper SPAA or a tank destroyer, so they just said, why not both? And historically, that kind of makes sense. The real 2S38 is based on the BMP-3 chassis, which is already one of Russia's most versatile infantry vehicles. The Soviets and later the Russians love slapping different turrets on it, so when they wanted a modern anti-air system that could also swat drones and cruise missiles, they figured let's build one on the BMP-3. That's why in real life, it's not just a meme tank. The Russians are still testing it and it's meant to take out UAVs and helicopters with pinpoint accuracy. In game though, it feels like someone accidentally turned the balance dial way too far to the right. Now let me tell you, back when the 2S38 first dropped, it was an absolute nightmare. This thing could shred through teams like butter. Planes, gone. Helis, don't even try. Tanks, if you weren't paying attention, that 57mm would tear right through you like it was nothing. It wasn't just strong, it was oppressive. Every single match had at least one guy farming the lobby in a 2S38. If you saw it rolling up, you either killed it instantly or you became free XP. And the craziest part, it could do it all while looking effortless. People were running it like it was the main battle tank of their lineup. I mean, imagine an AA system casually out-dueling Leopards and Abrams. That was peak 2S38 meta. I'm not gonna lie, I was part of that chaos. There's just something satisfying about one-tapping a jet that thought it was safe at 2 kilometers, then turning around and clipping a challenge or two right after. It felt unfair, but in the best way possible. But then Gaijin did what Gaijin does. They nerfed it. They added internal modules, so now, the 2S38 doesn't feel as invincible as it used to be. Before, it felt like you could tank a random shot or two, shrug it off, and keep rolling. Now, a single well-placed APFSDS round can ruin your whole career. You'll notice it when you play. Instead of face tanking shots, you actually have to think. You can't just roll straight into a cap circle like you own the place anymore. Don't get me wrong, it's still really good. You can still slap aircraft out of the sky and ruin light tanks with ease. But that raw, oppressive feeling it used to have, yeah, that's gone. It's like before, you were the raid boss, everyone on the enemy team had to work together to bring you down. Now you're more like a mini boss. Still dangerous, still annoying, but beatable if people play smart. So, is the 2S38 dead? Nah, far from it. Even with the nerfs, this thing is still insanely fun to play. You've just gotta adjust how to use it. Play smart, use your mobility, use cover, don't try to brawl MBTs head on because trust me, you'll lose that fight. But if you position yourself right, you're still a nightmare. Enemy heli trying to hover and farm your team, gone in seconds. Some medium thought it was safe, hit him with a 57mm and watch him panic. And don't forget, you've got smoke grenades ready to go. You can blind entire sight lines and deep out before anyone can punish you. Add thermals and scouting, and suddenly you're not just surviving, you're playing support, spotting enemies, and still farming planes. It's not the unstoppable monster it once was, but in the right hands, it's still an absolute menace. And honestly, that makes it even more fun. You actually feel rewarded for positioning and timing instead of just steamrolling. And this is where the controversy comes in. Is the 2S38 still broken, or did Gaijin finally balance it? Because depending on who you ask, you'll get two very different answers. Some people will say it's fine now, others still think it's busted. Me, I think it's in the weird middle ground. Not as scary as it used to be, but still strong enough to make people rage when it kills them, which honestly is the best place for a vehicle like this to be. It keeps things spicy. It's not dominating like before, but it's also not useless. It's in that sweet spot where playing it feels great but fighting it still feels personal. So yeah, the 2S38 isn't the boogeyman it once was. It's been nerfed, it's got weaknesses, and you can definitely feel it. But it's still fun, still dangerous, and still one of the most talked about vehicles in War Thunder. So, what do you guys think? Is the 2S38 still broken, or did Gaijin finally bring it down to earth? Drop your best 2S38 story in the comments. And anyway, that's enough yapping for me. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.